Hey everybody, welcome back to Royal Tarot Readings. This is my fun channel that I do for tarot readings on the royal family and current events. All information presented in this video is for fun and entertainment purposes only. It's fun. It's tarot. I'm just a gal with cards. All right, so hope everyone is doing well today. Today's reading is going to be on the letter that Prince Harry had someone leave with a wreath of poppies at the VJ Day Memorial. So VJ Day, of course, is Victory in Japan, and that marks the end of World War II. All right, so before we get into the reading, if you'd like to sign up for a private reading, please click on the link below in the description box below, and you can sign up for a private reading, or you can gift it to someone else if you have a birthday or anniversary or a Christmas gift you want to give, or a Hanukkah gift, whatever it is you'd like to give for someone coming up. And you can do that in the link below. Readings will be open through the end of August, and then they'll close for September, and then open again in October and November. All right, so one more announcement. I'm finishing up the re-recording of the astrology class. Like I mentioned before, that'll be this Sunday. I think when I announced it, I kind of seemed like it was going to be this past Sunday, but it is going to be this Sunday coming up, when those videos will start to drop in the members only section. If you would like to sign up for the astrology class, just click on the join button, and you can join as a member and have access to that class. All right, let's see. So for this reading, I'm going to use the Tarot of the Sacred Kingdoms. There we go, the Tarot of the Sacred Kingdoms. I guess I already did that. My daughter came downstairs and poked her head around the corner and scared me to death, so sorry for the interruption there. All right, so let's see here. We are going to start the reading on this letter that Harry left. Okay, so it's interesting because he left this letter and he talked about his grandfather, of course, Prince Philip, and talked about how much he respected him, and, you know, he was just, so proud of his service, blah, blah, blah. It's like, if Harry feels that way, it sure is a surprise to everyone else, because we all saw how he disrespected not only his grandmother, but his grandfather too. While Prince Philip lay in hospice dying, he was doing the Oprah interview. And from what I understand from the news reports that I've seen, I think it was from Dan Wooten and a couple other news outlets, they've reported that the Queen begged him not to do that interview while Prince Philip was having a procedure done. And of course, they weren't even sure if he was going to survive it, being, an elderly man. And he was in his 90s. I think the Queen begged Harry to at least delay that interview, either releasing it or doing it, which I don't know if had been recorded yet, and he refused. And she said, please don't do this while he's having this procedure done, while he's, in the hospital or hospice or wherever he was. And Harry refused. And I believe they even said, allegedly, I was trying to find the information on this, that, they felt that Prince Philip was faking it. He really wasn't ill. It's like, what? So it sure is a surprise if Harry feels that he respected his grandfather in his service. It's a surprise to everybody, because from his actions, that we couldn't see it. So it's very interesting. All right, so I'm going to read on this and find out. Go ahead and clear the energy here. All right, let's see about this letter that Prince Harry had someone leave. I think he paid him £20, is what Neil Sean reported today. He said he paid someone, I forget who it was, £20 to leave the letter and the little wreath of poppies there, which actually looked pretty tacky from what I saw. All right, so anyway, so who wrote that letter that was left with the poppy wreath at the VJ Memorial? Who wrote the letter? It was very articulate. So who wrote it? King of Wands. Well, it wasn't Harry. Harry's not the King of Wands. Wasn't him. The World in reverse. And it's something that it was not successful. Yeah, we know that. All right, so who wrote the letter that was left there? It was signed by Harry. It didn't say Prince Harry, it just said Harry. And it was typewritten with just a signature that honestly looked like it was not an original signature. So something, oh, the hanged man being stuck. It just looked like something that had been, it was a copy or something that was faxed or emailed. It was not a handwritten, like an original signature. That's how it looked to me anyway, allegedly. Chariot, well, there's William. All right, he's not very happy. All right, so why was the letter written? We know what Harry said about why the letter was written. Really, Tarot, why was the letter written? Why was it written? How did Harry really feel about Prince Philip? How did he or does he really feel about Prince Philip? How did Prince Philip feel about Prince Harry? Just at the end of his life, how did he feel about Prince Harry? What were his feelings about him? And then let's see. How does Harry feel about how he treated Prince Philip at the end of Prince Philip's life? How does he feel about that? Does he feel remorse? Does he feel like, oh, he deserved it? How does he feel about the way that Prince Harry, treated Prince Philip at the end of Prince Philip's life? And what does King Charles, His Majesty King Charles, what does he think of the letter that Harry left? What does he think about it? The Fool in reverse. What a stupid thing to do. You stupid, stupid boy. How stupid. What does Prince William think about the letter that Prince Harry left? What does Prince William think? Because I forgot to mention, Harry had the letter left after the King and Queen had left the memorial service, the memorial. Because that's something that Prince Harry had no right to do. He's not a working royal. He overstepped his bounds. It's nothing for him to do. So what does Prince William think about it? And what's going to be the outcome of the letter episode? What's going to happen? What's going to be the outcome for Prince Harry? Five of Wands in reverse. That's the end of competition and conflict. Okay. Really? All right. Wonder how that'll work. All right. So let's see what we get from the Tarot of the Sacred King, which is definitely ready. There's the Four of Wands. So that's the firm. Can also be about weddings and happy events, but in royal readings, it tends to be the people who run the palace, the firm, as people call it. Okay. Six of Wands is a victory. Okay, so here, we'll shuffle one more time, and I'm going to go ahead and cut. So I believe these cards are definitely ready. All right, let's see what the tarot wants to tell us about this letter. And I have 8 questions, so we're going to do 8 cards. All right, see what we get here. All right, Angeline energy. King of Cups in reverse. There's, I believe this could be Charles, a King Charles as a man, not as the king, but just as a man. 8 of Wands in reverse. Look at all those reversals. And then the Magician in reverse. Ooh. All right, so the King of Cups is going to be King Charles. Prince William always shows up for me as the Chariot. He could also be the King of Cups, but I believe the King of Cups in reverse is referring to King Charles just as a person, and it very upset, not happy with the situation, standing back and looking at it in a very cold, cynical way. No feeling very cold. 8 of Wands in reverse, blocked energy. Upright 8 of Wands is about fast-moving energy, air travel, communication, and in reverse, blocking communication. This letter was looked at in such a way that how could you have done that? How could you have written such a letter when it's completely the opposite of what Harry's actions have been? And everyone sees that. The Magician in reverse. What a dirty trick. Okay. So King Charles, as a man, is saying, how could you do that and talk about my father as if you respected him when I know you don't? If he could have torn that letter up, I think he's thinking like what I'm feeling, just very his anger. And if you had done that when I was there, I would have ripped that letter in half. How dare you? What a dirty, nasty trick. He's very, very, very upset. And the next card under underlying energy is the Two of Cups in reverse, which is a split up. Okay. All right. Who wrote the letter? Who actually wrote that letter? Four of Swords. Wow. So Four of Swords is the sick bed. Someone who is sick, who is, wow. Someone who is ill and trying to recuperate. How interesting. All right, Tarot, can you clarify for me the Four of Swords? Who wrote the letter? Who is this mental illness? Who wrote this letter? Who wrote this letter? Someone who's ill. Someone who's trying to recuperate. Who wrote it? Who wrote the letter? Oh. See if I can get an answer. If not, I'll ask Christine. Tarot, who wrote the letter? Okay. Three of Pentacles. 3 people. It took 3 people to write that letter. 3 people were paid. A group was paid. Perhaps a firm. Because someone else was ill. I think the person who wanted to write it was ill, so that would be Harry. He had 3 other people write it. Oh my goodness. Isn't that interesting? He paid them. Oh. So he paid the person to drop the letter. I wonder if the same person wrote it. Whoever wrote it was actually sick to their stomach. Sick to their stomach writing that letter. Wow. Okay. Why was the letter written? Why? Why was that letter written? 6 of Pentacles in reverse. Taking more than you're giving. 6 of Pentacles upright is a charity card. It's about reciprocity. You help me, I'll help you. Quid pro quo. And just, the idea of charitable giving and receiving is balanced. It's done with good intentions. And in reverse, someone's taking more than they're giving, and someone is doing this for bad intentions to promote and help themselves. Why was the letter written? To make it appear that Harry was very charitable, was very, very respectful, and it absolutely was written to promote himself because he wants something. He wants people to think that he's so charitable and so wonderful and so thoughtful. And his father sees right through him. He looked at that letter very coldly because that's King Charles's father. Okay, so King Charles is looking at that like, how could you have done that? I would have blocked it if I'd known you were going to do that. I would have torn that letter up. What a freaking dirty trick. Harry just did it to promote himself. I mean, we all know this, but, I'm just trying to see, was there really any warmth? No cup so far, except for King Charles. So was there any warmth or any emotion? No. It was all about he wanted to promote himself because he needs money. 6 of Pentacles is also about money. Okay. How does Harry really feel about Prince Philip? The Emperor? That's the father card. Okay. He looked at Prince Philip as a father figure. Okay. It's also a king card. I'm going to say this. We have, if you follow Mystical Fortunes, which she's wonderful, Shanta, she's my teacher. She is a incredible channeler for auto writings. I have never seen anything like it in my life. If you have not watched her, please go watch her channel. Her auto writings and her tarot is amazing. And in some of those auto writings, and Prince Philip has come through, I think, twice, he said Harry is not his seed. Harry is not his. So, of course, supposedly, allegedly, King Charles is Harry's father. I've done some readings, and I'll put a link to it up here for you, that I believe allegedly, and the cards are telling me that the 17th Earl of Pembroke is Harry's father. Allegedly. So how does Harry look at Prince Philip? He looked at him as a father. I'm really stunned at that because you don't treat a father that way. That's really surprising. All right, how did Prince Philip feel about Harry? At the end of his life, how did he feel about Harry? The Star in reverse. Look at these two Arcana cards, back to back. He had no hope for him. The Star upright is about hope and healing and faith. That all things are possible. It's also a Diana card. And in reverse, he looked at him in two ways. There's no hope for him. He's a lost cause. And how disappointed Diana would have been, allegedly, at seeing what had become of Harry. How disappointed she would have been. And there's no hope for him. He could completely washed his hands of Harry. No hope. Lost cause. Wow. All right. How does Harry feel about the way he treated Prince Philip at the end of Prince Philip's life? How does Prince Harry, think about his own treatment of his grandfather? Six of Swords in reverse. He tries to escape from the thoughts. Okay, Six of Swords upright is about escape, transitioning from troubled waters to calmer waters, going overseas. And in reverse, he wants to escape from the memories and the thoughts, but he can't. This is wanting to escape and you can't. Trying to get away from the troubled thoughts and memories and words, but he can't. He can't. And this is the Six of Pentacles in reverse. So this is this taking more than he's giving, trying to promote himself. He knows what he did was horrible. And he's trying to make it seem like he's trying to rewrite history. Typical, this is something that a narcissist would do. I don't like the history that I've created, so I'm going to rewrite it. I'm just going to say this is what really happened. This is how I really feel about my grandfather. I really respected him. I'm just so proud of his service. Yeah, right. Yeah, and London Bridge is for sale. Okay. He wants to escape from what he did, but he can't. It's out there. He can't. All right, so what does King Charles think of the letter? Although I think we know already, but what does he think about that letter? Knight of Pentacles in reverse. This is a Harry card in his reduced status. And the Knight of Pentacles upright is about being trustworthy and honest and dependable and reliable. And in reverse, how dishonest of you. How you're so untrustworthy. We can't depend on you for anything. And my dad was right about you. The Emperor, the Father card. It's also the King card, but it's in this context, this is representing Prince Philip, because this question was, how does Harry feel about Prince Philip? And Harry looked at him as a father figure. So, and it could be as a grandfather too. But what did King Charles think about the letter? How dare you disparage my father? with these lies that you're telling. You didn't respect my father. You didn't respect his service. You couldn't give a crap about him. You're so dishonest. Wow. King Charles is very, very upset about this. And I don't blame him. Allegedly, he's upset. Okay. So what does Prince William think about the letter? What does he think about it? King of Wands, he knows who wrote it. So this is an authority figure. It's also police investigations. It can be attorneys as well. He knows Harry did not write the letter. And what I'm feeling is you don't have the verbal skills. You don't have the grammar. You don't have the writing ability and the depth of thought to write that letter. You didn't write it, and he knows who wrote it. King of Wands, he knows who wrote it. And he's, okay, so the person who wrote it, or actually and the person who delivered it, there's no hope. Prince William is thinking, there's no hope for you. I agree with our grandfather. There's no hope for you. You are a lost cause. You are absolutely a lost cause. He is also he's actually looking at not some legal action, but he's researching to see what can he do to prevent him from doing something like that again. And he's very upset with the person who delivered the letter, who put it there. That person may be completely, he may disassociate himself from him permanently. I forgot who it was. Wow. Okay. What's going to be the outcome of the letter episode? What's going to be the outcome? Oh, the world in reverse. It will not be forgotten. It's a very unsuccessful attempt to rehabilitate himself. Not working. It's not going to work. The world upright is about a successful completion. You have completed one phase of your life and you're ready to move on to the next one. It's the last of the Arcana cards because it represents an ending, a successful ending. And in reverse, this is not you. What you have done is not successful. This does not end. This will not end with this episode. And I think people know that he's going to continue to try to do these kinds of things to rehabilitate his image. And it's unsuccessful. Absolutely did not work, and it will not work going in the future. He tries something like this again. It's very apparent to everybody what he's doing. Absolutely. All right, let's do a wrap up here. So for Harry's letter, who wrote the letter? So the Four of Swords is usually someone on a sick bed. So someone who wasn't apparently feeling well that day. And when I asked for clarification, someone who was paid to write it. Monetary agreement between three people. So there were three people who had a hand in this. One of them was ill, not feeling well, on a sick bed. Actually sick maybe at the thought of doing that. Made them sick to their stomach to do that. And it involves three people. Because this person was paid £20 to deliver it. The person who delivered it may be the person who wrote it. Not sure. All right, and then why was the letter written? Because Harry's trying to rehabilitate his image. He's taking more than he's giving. It's not done with good intentions at all. He's just trying to make himself appear to be noble and magnanimous and respectful. Everybody knows better, Harry. Everybody knows better. All right, so how does Harry feel about Prince Philip? He actually looked at him as a father, a grandfather. He did look up to him, but his actions don't bear that out. If he does respect him, the way that he acted towards him at the end of Prince Philip's life doesn't bear out. Actions speak louder than words. So he may think that he looks at him as a father, or maybe once did, but that doesn't bear out his actions. All right, and how did Prince Philip feel about Harry? He was a lost cause. Lost cause. No hope for you. Your mother would be so disappointed with you. Your mother would have absolutely been so disappointed with you. And then, how does Harry feel about the way that he treated his grandfather? He tries to forget about it. He tries to escape from the memory. Six of Swords in reverse. Trying to escape, and you can't. Even he's so far away overseas, he could go to the ends of the earth, and these memories will plague him. They'll haunt him. And maybe that's why he may have written that to try to help reconcile the thoughts and the memories that he had of how he treated his grandfather. But he can't. He can't reconcile it in his head. All right, and then what did King Charles think about the letter? How dishonest are you, Harry? Nine of Pentacles in reverse. You're so dishonest. You're so disgusting. You're so manipulative. You're lying. You're untrustworthy, and you're dishonest. And how could you disparage the memory of my father that way? Absolutely disgusted with him. And what did Prince William think about it? He's very upset with the person who delivered it. He's very upset with the person who wrote it. He's doing some investigation to find out exactly how that letter got there. I think he will disassociate himself. If he has any relationship with the person who delivered it, that they're crossed off his list now. There's no hope for you anymore. The person who wrote it, delivered it, and who even associates with Harry. And then what's going to be the outcome of the letter episode? Everyone sees exactly Harry for what he is. He may try to rehabilitate himself over and over and over again, but it will never be successful. It will never work. Because stunts like this just expose Harry for how false he is. How fake he is. How disingenuous. No matter what he says, nobody can trust him again. And King Charles is so upset. He will continue to block any communications from Harry because this was just a dirty trick that he pulled. And it really cut King Charles to the heart because that was about his father. And he may not have really gotten along with his father very much, but he respected him. King Charles respected his own father, especially as he's gotten older. So, all right, there you go. Hope you found that interesting. If you did, please like and share. And if you're a subscriber, thank you so much. I really appreciate my subscribers. Hope you guys are enjoying the readings. And again, all this is allegedly entertainment purposes only. And if you're not a subscriber, click that subscribe button. You're always here watching my channel. You might as well just subscribe. That way you won't miss any readings. Thanks so much, everyone. We'll see you again soon on Royal Tarot Readings. Bye-bye, everybody.